To start off today, I will begin with a poem written by Dolores M. Garcia. If flowers grow in heaven, Lord, then pick a bunch for me, and place them in my grandma's arms, and tell her they're from me. Tell her that I love and miss her, and when she turns to smile, place a kiss on her cheek and hold her for a while. Mary F. Tyson had the kindest soul, and will forever be missed by her friends and family. She always had a way of making us laugh, was always there for us no matter what, and took us on adventures almost every year. My credibility stems from me taking care of my grandma for 6 years. Starting off, I will begin talking about how Grandma brightened up all of our days. Anytime Grandma walked into a room, it seemed like she knew everyone. Whether we were in the store or wandering around, she would always stop and say hi to her friends. She would greet them with a big smile and ask them how their life was going. I would get tired of waiting, but now that I look back, I see how special it made her friends feel to catch up with her. She had a way of getting people to laugh at her corny jokes and would find a way to make people's days better. No matter who it was, Grandma would find a way to help them with whatever problems they had. I remember as a child, pay for my school lunch, and one time I ended up spending all my lunch money in 1 week. She texted me jokingly asking if I was feeding the whole school, which I replied with, "No, LOL, it's just me." Instead of her getting mad, she simply put more money in my lunch account. Even though I was a little much back then, she still managed to always have my back. In the mornings, when I'd stay with her during the summer, she would wake me up with breakfast and cook her delicious casseroles for me to eat. Her food would make me feel at home and safe whenever I was away from my mother. Grandma's friends could always depend on her. If they ever needed a ride or just someone to talk to, she was there in a heartbeat. She would never let someone down because that just wasn't in her nature. Grandma's love and trust could never go unnoticed, and neither could her sense of adventure. Grandma had a bucket list to visit all 50 states in the U.S., but she didn't stop there. She took me on my first cruise to the Baltic Sea, where we saw several different countries. She also traveled by car from one end of Canada to the other with her friends when they were very young. I remember when I traveled to Mexico with my mom and grandma, me and grandma were walking on the beach, one of our favorite things to do together. When I asked her why the beach was destroyed, she explained to me that Hurricane Katrina had come through, but reassured me that the beach would find a way to fix itself over time. She knew I was concerned for the wildlife, but with that smile on her face, I trusted her and knew without a doubt that she was always right. When she went to Hawaii for the first time, she sent me pictures. Only these pictures didn't consist of beautiful scenery like usual. They were pictures of chickens. I asked her why she would send me pictures of chickens when she was at the most beautiful place in the world, and she responded with the fact that chickens are so sacred to Hawaii and are left alone to roam free. It's against laws to kill chickens there. I didn't quite understand it then, but now I realize that wherever Grandma was, she always found the love in the little things in life. Grandma was the most beautiful flower in the world, and the day she was taken was the hardest day of my life. But she will always be missed and never forgotten. Getting people to laugh or smile or simply always being there for her friends and family, the most beautiful place in the world. And she responded with the fact that chickens are so sacred to Hawaii and are left alone to roam free. It's against laws to kill chickens there. I didn't quite understand it then, but now I realize that wherever Grandma was, she always found the love in the little things in life. Grandma was the most beautiful flower in the world, and the day she was taken was the hardest day of my life. But she will always be missed and never forgotten. Getting people to laugh or smile or simply always being there for her friends and family was by far the best adventure Grandma ever had, and I know she will be missed until the end of time. To end this speech today, I will be finishing with my grandma's favorite quote by President Jimmy Carter. We have to inspire our children or grandchildren to take on challenges and risks that at first may seem to be overwhelming or even impossible. They need to understand that the only failure is in not trying. She would